Market moves are the most obscenely profitable trade you can take. The problem is, they're very hard to trade correctly. You either enter too late and miss most of the move, or enter too early and get faked out. And as a result, you can get a couple of winners, but they're weighed down by all of your losses, which is exactly why I dismissed them for a long time, as just another setup not worth the trouble. It wasn't until I realized I was reading them completely wrong that I finally traded them correctly. Then I started nailing them, and they became a gold mine. Now they're the only trade I bother taking. So in this video, I'm showing you the exact method behind that. And by the end, breakouts stop being the setup that buries you in losses and become the most profitable trade you take. Now, a breakout is when the price breaks through a support or resistance level with strong momentum, which causes a sustained move in that direction. Most of the time, the market is in a sort of equilibrium. The price is moving randomly, without a clear direction or trend from either side. That doesn't mean it's stuck in one place, and it might eventually drift to a new area on the upside or the downside, but the way it gets there is completely unpredictable. And that's a problem for us because we don't know where the market's headed or how to even structure our entries and risk-reward around it. That's where trying to trade this becomes extremely difficult, if not impossible. If buyers or sellers can't consistently dominate in a clear way, then there simply isn't a way to trade profitably. You can search for those big, clean breakouts, but the real ones will be few and far in between. Not to mention, even if you do get really good at pattern recognition, and you can eliminate most of the fake breakouts, there's another problem. You actually need to execute these real breakout trades cleanly. Even most of the real breakouts end up being difficult to execute. Real breakouts can be very profitable, but the issue is they're not always obvious. So if you see the price breaking out of a level quickly, do you enter right away? Well, what if that was a fake out and the price pulls back? Then you end up getting stopped, and the price moves in your favor later. Not only do you miss a winning trade, but you also take a loss, which now puts you 2 steps behind where you should be. And if you wait for a breakout, and then a retest before entering, that retest might never come. And what was supposed to be a winning trade becomes a miss. That's what makes breakouts so difficult. Because ideally, the market would look something like this. You have clean ranges that you could see with your eye, and then one clear breakout of that range, which you can enter, and target the next range. Then the market forms another clean range, before clearly breaking out to the next range. That would solve both of our problems. We would be able to spot ranges and potential breakouts easily. And once we spot those breakouts, we know exactly where to enter and where to take profit. The issue is, the market offers us none of those things, and that's why I thought breakouts weren't a good trade. But if the market won't hand us clarity, then we need to build our own. This is when I finally solved breakouts. Because structure can be mapped out, and you can spot breakouts. It just takes the right structure and the right timing. So when it comes to structure, it really just comes down to one simple idea. Not every spot on the chart is worth watching. Most of the chart is just noise, with the price drifting around and nothing meaningful backing it. But there are specific spots where buyers or sellers have actually shown up before, stalled the price, reversed it, and defended it more than once. Those spots are different. That's where a breakout actually has a chance of meaning something. We call those spots levels. A real level isn't just a price point sitting on a chart. It's a place where buyers or sellers have already shown up in size before. Somewhere the price stalled, reversed hard, or got rejected more than once, which tells you there's actual demand or supply sitting there. Not just a line that happens to look important, but a spot where real money has already fought over price in the past. And here's why that distinction matters so much specifically for a breakout. If a level's real, meaning there's genuine supply or demand built up around it, then a break through that level actually means something. It means one side finally overpowered the other at a spot where the fight was real. But if the level's fake, just some line with nothing backing it, a breakthrough it doesn't mean anything either. There was nothing to fight over there in the first place, so there's no reason the move continues once it pushes through. So before anything else, the level is what tells you whether a breakout has any chance of being real. It's the first filter. If you get this part wrong, none of the rest of it will save you. And if you want to learn exactly how to find and mark these levels, I made a free guide showing you exactly how to do that, which I'll link below. But structure is essentially what tells you whether you should be paying attention to the chart or not. It's a massive filter that already eliminates most false breakouts you take, because they might have been in an unimportant area that was just random movement. If they're actually breaking through a supply and demand level, that has a much better chance of being a real breakout because one side successfully overwhelmed the other with serious size. So now we've essentially cornered the market in terms of structure. We know that the price will simply flow from one level to the other, and all we need to do is capture one of these moves. And that solves the first part of our equation. We know where to spot breakouts, and we know where to take profit. Now the question is, how do we know exactly where to enter? That comes with the right timing. This is absolutely critical because if you enter too early or too late, even within the level, none of this matters. The level aspect was about structure. The timing aspect comes in 2 steps after that: confirmation and execution. This is also known as the LCE model, because the level is able to filter out trades that matter from random noise, but it doesn't automatically mean that any time the price breaks into a level, it's about to break out. Once price enters a level, it'll either hit the next level above or under. If it returns to the level it came from, that's a mean reversion trade. If it breaks out to the next level instead, that's a breakout trade. The market will always choose one of the two. The question is, how do we know which one it'll be? This is the confirmation aspect. We need enough certainty that the price will break in one direction rather than the other. We don't want a 50-50, and the way we decide this is by using our EMA cloud. Now, I go more into detail on how to use the EMA cloud in other videos, which I'll link here. But the EMA cloud slope will tell us if the market is more likely to break in our direction, or do nothing, or reverse. If the cloud is sloping in our direction, that's the confirmation we need that the price is more likely to move that way than the opposite way. And that's all we need for a winning breakout trade. The next part is execution, and this is where we get the final answer to our entry question. Now we have the level, which tells us that the price is in an important area, which is more likely to produce clean moves if it's broken. Then we have the cloud giving us confirmation that the price is indeed moving in our direction and more likely to break. All we need to do now is time the actual entry so we don't get caught too early or too late. For this, we want the price to be nearly at the edge of our level. And the reason we want to do this is that the price may enter a level and then pull back before it's ready to break. After all, this is where the decision is made, and whether buyers win or sellers win. We don't want to make that decision too early, so we want to wait for the price to develop within the level. And then, once it finally reaches the edge of the level, we can enter with more certainty. This way you're prepared for all situations. If the price pulls back, it'll most likely happen within the level, and has a much lower chance of happening after it's about to clear the level and break out. If the price moves out of the level quickly, then we catch it as it's about to leave, and don't miss the move. The edge of the level is the cleanest point between a good entry and enough confirmation. Waiting for too much confirmation will give you a bad entry, and entering too early won't give you enough confirmation. So this is how we master both structure and timing to get more accurate results with breakouts. Let me show you what that looks like in the real market. This is on ES Futures at the 9:30 open. We already have our levels mapped out, and we see that the price had a very strong drop before the open. Now we're going to be opening at this level. If the chart was blank here, without the levels, and you zoomed out, this might not look too bullish. You see that the price recently broke under a key low, right after failing to break above a previous high. If you had a few patterns set up, this might be enough to convince you that this is going to break lower. But that might not be the best move. First, we need to add structure, which are our levels. And this makes things clear. We're opening at this level, and we're looking for a breakout. That means price needs to break through its previous structure. That would either be a break of the level above or the level under. Entering a trade at this level is entering prematurely because we're in the middle of our structure. It doesn't matter if it looks bullish or bearish, or if it has some sort of interesting pattern. We don't want to enter a trade here until we've broken structure. Everything within that structure is still noise, regardless of how it looks or whether you'd be right about its direction. So what we're going to do is set alerts at both the upper and lower level. We don't need to look at price in the meantime, because it doesn't matter what the price does until then. But once the price finally does reach our level, then we can pay attention to the market and look to engage. So now we move on to our second step, which is confirmation. We want to confirm that the price is indeed breaking higher before we move on to execution. And for this, we use the cloud. If we look at the cloud here, we can see that it's sloping up and following the price. We also want to look at our higher time frame cloud on the 1 hour to confirm that the longer-term buyers are in this move as well, and it's not just a short-lived false break. And the 1 hour cloud also shows a thick, sloping cloud and a clean uptrend. This structure on the 1 hour is quite bullish. It's actually even more bullish than the 5-minute. So this confirms that long-term buyers are there to support a sustained breakout to the next level, at least. And now we just need to enter. Execution is usually the hardest part, but it's now become the simplest, because all we need to do is to make sure we enter once price breaks through the level. We don't need to guess our entry or be unsure about the direction and get in and out 10 different times. We have a clear entry point and a clear target. So now we enter, and we're going to put our stop near the cloud, because if the price ends up dipping back below the cloud here, it means the price isn't ready for a breakout yet. and we set our target at the next level. This is a simple level, confirmation, and execution setup, and it's wildly effective. From here, you simply let the market move without interrupting, and that's it. This is how I was able to successfully hit breakouts cleanly and consistently, without getting lost in the market and overtrading, or making tons of mistakes. Now, if you're interested in learning exactly how to do this from start to finish, make sure to grab my free guide below, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.